the entity that refuses to be out of news. But this time around, it's Rajeev Chandrasekhar, the MoS for IT, who is coming after Vijay Sharma. Some very strong remarks that he made, but one of which stood out is that you cannot be an aggressive entrepreneur and believe that you can get away with non-compliance.
Right, that compliance is not optional being the central message. But Shweta, the other important message that he was also trying to put out, the Minister of State for IT and Communications, Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, is the fact that do not look at RBI's actions on Paytm as something that has rattled India's fintech sector, because many are also viewing it as that, like, this is RBI's harsh measures on Paytm. This is RBI coming down harshly on people like Vijay Sharma and trying to tell the startup ecosystem and the fintech startup ecosystem that, hey, we will just come down harshly upon you. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, while giving this individual message out that, people like Vijay Sharma, who are celebrated entrepreneurs, cannot take compliance lightly. That is part of the message that he's giving.
Absolutely.
While at the same time, is also impressing upon the fact that this is not something that is meant to rattle India's fintech sector, because bear in mind, India's fintech sector is going to be crucial for its development going forward. It's crucial for digital India, crucial for so many Indians to make payments online and transact online. So the Minister of State for IT are simultaneously making the point that the latest actions taken by RBI is not something that is extremely harsh, that is meant to clip the wings of the fintech sector.
Or single out fintech sector for that matter. It is to in fact single out Paytm and Paytm alone for its non-compliance on various matters. Now, on Friday evening, the much awaited FAQs on what customers should expect, consumers should expect, and merchants on Paytm Payments Bank should expect came out from the Reserve Bank of India, and that have also, Krishna, in a way clarified a lot of grey areas that people were wondering about, whether Paytm Payments Bank will continue to operate, to take credit post 29th of February. We do know that that deadline is now extended to 15th of March.
Right, correct, absolutely. So which basically means that Paytm Payments Bank can continue to accept fresh deposits from consumers till the 15th of March. So there is an extension that's given over there. The FAQs made a few things that is consumer centric very clear. So, but none of that meant that RBI is willing to go back on what it said about Paytm. Absolutely. And and its lack of compliance when it comes to KYC norms. So none of that is changed. This just gives more breathing time, breathing space for Paytm to get things right. Because bear in mind, they are putting together that regulatory panel that is meant for compliance. If some big names in that panel as well, from former SEBI chief M. Damodaran to the former Andhra Bank chief to other big names, meant to make sure that Paytm falls in line when it comes to the law of the land, when it comes to the regulatory compliances required for the right KYC norm. So none of that changes. Absolutely. But probably this new panel that Paytm puts together has 15 more days for Paytm to put together the panel and take some actions to ensure the fact that the Paytm Payments Bank can continue post the 15th of March.
And if anything, I think the RBI FAQ makes it very clear that RBI is unrelenting at the moment. It is clarifying and telling all the customers, kindly port out as soon as you can. 15th is the deadline that you have. You can continue, receiving deposit up until 15th of March, post which you can only withdraw money up until you exhaust all your wallet balance and any other balance that you have, even on FASTags and other services that you're using from Paytm. The Paytm stock at this point is up 5%. I think there is a little more clarity now, Krishna, before we wind this up on what happens to Paytm Payments Bank. They still have the license. They may not have the license after 15th of March, and a license is no good if you cannot really operate.
Right. If they can convince RBI that they have certainly using all the cliches, they've pulled up their socks when it comes to compliance. They've pulled up their socks when it comes to all those things, all those warnings from RBI that they ignored so far. That they're serious about regulatory compliance. Right. Maybe they will continue to hold on to that license post the 15th of March and probably get a fresh date on when they can go back to normalcy post the 15th of March. I mean, this is fingers crossed that Paytm does something that genuinely convinces RBI.
It's genuinely extraordinary.
Yeah.
And convinces RBI, but it doesn't look like RBI is giving way to any of Paytm's demands just as yet, not giving an extension post 15th of March. At least that is what the FAQ released by RBI states. At the moment, all customers, merchants expected who are receiving their credit, their salaries on Paytm Payments Bank, expected to port out by 15th of March. No credit can be received post 15th of March. However, you can continue using to debit your existing wallet until the balance is exhausted after 15th of March as well.
Right. And just to add to what we've been discussing, Shweta, the only other thing to note here is that from what Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar had to say was the fact that this is a wake-up call to all fintech companies across the board to wake up and realize the fact that whoever you are, whatever you are, regulatory compliance is an absolute, there is no compromise on that front.
You're not really
not
above
meant
the
to
law.
meant to rattle you, but just to remind you of the basics.
Absolutely. And nobody is above the law of the land. I think that's the
Absolutely.
message coming in.